Tigray is only 40 years old. Have you heard this before? Maybe in a comment section, maybe in a heated political debate, maybe someone said it to your face. It sounds shocking, doesn't it? Because right here, in these mountains, lie the ruins of the Kingdom of Aksum, one of the greatest civilizations in human history, over 2,000 years old. So why do people keep saying Tigray is only 40? The answer isn't history, it's politics. And in the next 7 minutes, we're going to show you exactly where this claim comes from and why it's dangerously misleading. Let's start with the facts. Long before Islam, long before Christianity reached Ethiopia, long before any modern country existed on this continent, there was Dʿmt, a powerful kingdom that flourished in what is now Tigray over 2,800 years ago. Then came Aksum. Between the 1st and 7th centuries AD, Aksum was honestly a superpower. They traded with Rome, Persia, and India. They even minted their own gold coins. They built these massive obelisks that, still stand today, and they were among the first states in the world to adopt Christianity. Through the medieval period, through the Zagwe dynasty, through the Solomonic era, Tigray remained at the heart of Ethiopian civilization. And then came 1896. At Adwa, right here in Tigray, Ethiopian forces crushed the Italian army, the only African nation to defeat a European colonial power. It became a symbol of resistance across the entire continent. So when someone says Tigray is 40 years old, they are not talking about history. They are talking about something else. To understand the 40 years, we have to go back to 1975. In 1974, Ethiopia's ancient monarchy was overthrown. A brutal military regime called the Derg took power. They were ruthless. Thousands were killed. Opposition was crushed. But resistance grew. And in 1975, a new movement emerged from the mountains of Tigray, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, the TPLF. At first, they were just a small group of fighters. But over the next 16 years, they grew into a powerful army. They fought the Derg, and in 1991, they won. From 1991 until 2018, nearly 3 decades, the TPLF dominated Ethiopian politics. They shaped the constitution. They controlled the military. They held the real power. For critics, Tigray became synonymous with the TPLF, and the 40 years was born. Not as history, as political shorthand. Then came 2020. The Tigray War broke out. And the 40 years claim transformed into something far more dangerous. A slogan emerged, "Send Tigray back 40 years." So, what did it mean? Well, it meant rolling back everything built since the TPLF rose to power. Institutions, infrastructure, the entire regional government. For many, it was a threat of destruction. And honestly, that's exactly what happened. The war devastated Tigray. Tens of thousands died. Millions were displaced. Cities were reduced to rubble. The 40 years was no longer just a political phrase. It was a call to action. But here's the critical point. Even the harshest critics of the TPLF do not claim Tigray itself is historically young. They attack the party, not the history. Because, to deny Tigray's ancient roots is to deny truth itself. This brings us to something you've probably noticed. If Tigray's history is so ancient, why does the current flag ignore Aksum? Why does the political narrative focus only on the modern era? The answer is identity politics. The current Tigray flag was designed by the TPLF. It represents their modern political project, the armed struggle, the revolution, the era of ethnic federalism. It does not represent the ancient civilization. Many Tigrayans have criticized this. They say, "Where is Aksum? Where is Adwa?" Our flag should honor our ancestors, not just our politics. But for political leaders, ancient symbols are, dangerous. They are shared by all Ethiopians. Aksum belongs to everyone. Adwa is a national pride. Modern symbols, on the other hand, are exclusive. They draw boundaries. They define who is in and who is out. This is why the ancient heritage feels sidelined. Not because it's forgotten, but because it's, honestly, inconvenient for modern political agendas. So why does any of this matter? Because when you deny a people's history, you deny their identity. The 40 years claim is not a historical argument. It's a tool of delegitimization. It says, you don't belong here. Your roots are shallow. Your claims are not valid. And that tool has real consequences. During the Tigray War, this rhetoric was used to justify collective punishment. Entire communities were targeted. Cultural heritage was destroyed. Ancient churches were looted. But here's the hope. Despite everything, Tigrayans are rebuilding. They are preserving their ancient sites. They are telling their own stories. They are refusing to let a 40-year political era erase 2,000 years of history. And that resilience, that connection to the past, is what will carry them forward. So, is Tigray only 40 years old? No. The land is ancient. The people are ancient. The culture, the language, the faith, all of it stretches back millennia. The 40 years refers to one thing, the political rise of the TPLF. That's all. History is not a weapon. It is not a slogan. It is the truth of human civilization, and it deserves to be honored.